Hi friends, I'm Walker and welcome back to All About Nails, where we talk about vegan and cruelty-free nail polish. Today, the vegan and cruelty-free nail polish that we are talking about is the new collection from Polish. This is the Cozy Cafe collection, and there are 7 pieces, 6 polishes and 1 topper in this collection. They're all in a new gold dust formula, which is similar to the gold flaky formula, but the pieces are much finer and softer milled, and it gives a really different finish on the nail actually, so I'm really excited to share this collection with you. It feels very muted and appropriate for fall while also having some kind of punches of fun color, so I'm excited to share this with you. Okay, before we dive into the polishes, let me read you a little bit more about this collection. It is described as a collection of soft shades inspired by some of our favorite fall drinks in a new gold dust finish, the perfect palette of shades to transition into early fall. It is available starting 9/15, September 15th at 7 p.m. Central for pre-order for about 2 days, and then regular restocks will happen on Sundays after that, just like Polish always does. They're going to be $11 each. The set of all 7, 6 plus the topper, is going to be $65, which seems like a pretty good deal. The topper on its own is $10. The polishes are $11. First up, we have Chai, which is just an absolutely perfect name for this kind of a collection. I love it. Chai is so great. This one is a really pretty kind of milky white base with this, tiny gold flake finish in here that we're gonna see in all of these polishes. And this one is definitely a little bit sheer on the first coat. You're seeing that it's getting a little bit of that gold, but you don't see a ton of the kind of creamy base buildup yet. So I'm definitely going to want to build this one up. I think in 3 coats is probably what most people are going to want to really see kind of the density of this base. I do really like this polish. I feel like it's very easy to apply. It's got a really nice, kind of consistency. It goes on very evenly. Polish actually describes this one as an ivory white cream with scattered gold dust. So I'm calling it kind of off-white. They call it an ivory white. I think it's really up to you how you want to describe this one. I am definitely going to go for a 3rd coat on this one. I have 3 coats in my swatch photo, and in my live swatches I am also going to need 3 coats. I do think you could wear it at 2 coats here. You can see just a little bit of visible nail line, but especially when it dries down, I feel like you can still see a fair amount of visible nail line, and I just really want to see this base build up to the very pretty kind of milky white color that is in this bottle, and so I feel like a 3rd coat really gets me there. All of these polishes are going to have a great formula. It's a little bit on the thicker side, so it's nice. It doesn't kind of spill and pool all over the nail, but it goes on really evenly, and that's really nice, especially with a polish that's a little bit more sheer. I feel like it's nice to not have to manipulate it too much. So you are looking at 3 coats of Chai. Up next is Miel, which is described by Polish as a soft honey cream with scattered gold dust, and I really like the base color on this one. It's kind of like a very almost like muted out mustard color. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like that's what I'm seeing here. And I really like this one as a neutral for fall. I feel like the gold perfectly accents the base color here. It's just, it kind of gleams off, but it really kind of fades in. It works really well. It's not quite as, blingy and kind of distracting from the base. They really work together. Anyways, I feel like that was a lot of commentary on this gold dust, but again, this one has a somewhat sheer first coat, but it is more opaque than Chai that we just looked at, and so I actually think that I can wear this one in just 2 coats. For all of these polishes, I'm going to have a slight amount of visible nail line, but this one I feel like on 2 coats, it looks perfect. It's just soft, but it is pretty opaque. You're seeing 2 coats in my swatch photo and also 2 coats here on my live swatch, and I think this one's perfect in 2 coats, and I would love to hear if you agree with me about this one being such a gorgeous neutral for fall. I feel like it's almost like peanut butter colored. I don't know. This is 2 coats of Miel. Up next, we have another kind of more neutrally color. This one is Mocha, and it's described as a rich chocolate cream with scattered gold dust. All of these obviously have the scattered gold dust, but I'm going to read it every time because it's so beautiful and so lovely to say. So Mocha it reminds me of hot chocolate powder. It's a little bit purple just a little bit, but it's a very pretty kind of milk chocolate color. I think it's a great description of it. This one is a little bit watery on the first coat. It's a little bit, you know, sheer, but given the depth of this color, it really does kind of deepen up, and I feel like this one is such a gorgeous neutral. It would look so good on someone with darker skin than I have. I think the gold just like pops out of this base. It's really, really pretty, and I love browns that have this like very slight purple tone to them. I think they're so pretty. They're very warm, really, really nice. So if that's kind of your go-to for a neutral, then you are going to love Mocha, which you are looking at here in 2 coats. Alright, and now it wouldn't be a cozy cafe if we didn't have matcha. This one is described by Polish as a soft matcha green cream with scattered gold dust, of course. And this one is very different from Nagini, which is the other kind of soft, you know, light green polish with gold something in it that Polish has released in the last 12 months. Nagini is a much more yellow toned green, whereas this is a very, very soft kind of pastel green. It doesn't quite have the like almost liminess or, you know, the kind of yellow tone that Nagini had. This one is a much more softer green, and I just absolutely love this one. I mean, of course I do. It's green. I love green nail polish. And I think the gold flakes in here, they kind of stand out a little bit more because the base is a little bit lighter. And so they really, I think, just pop off the nail, and they look very like fancy and kind of like a precious gemstone. I don't know. I think they're really, really pretty. The formula on this one is very similar to the yellow in this collection, Miel, and so I definitely think that I will wear this one on 2 coats, but you might want to do a third. It's totally up to you. The base is obviously a little bit more sheer so that you can see that gold finish, but I think it's perfect. So you're looking at 2 coats of matcha. All right, and I have stopped drinking caffeine fairly recently, but this was one of my favorite beverages to get when I would go to a coffee shop if I wasn't getting coffee. This is London Fog, which is like Earl Grey tea, kind of steamed with milk, and I love a London Fog latte. And I love the concept for this polish. It's so beautiful. It looks absolutely gorgeous. This one is described as a periwinkle cream with scattered gold dust, of course. And this one has a very similar formula to the green and the yellow in this collection, Matcha and Miel. It has a little bit of a sheer first coat, but I really think that the coverage I get in 2 coats is perfect on this one. I get it all the way to opacity with a touch of visible nail line, but really when it dries down, I feel like 2 coats, it's perfect. You can't see my nail line unless you're like staring at it in bright lights. And the gold in the periwinkle in this one is just perfection. It's so gorgeous. I absolutely love the color combo here, and I just feel like I could wear this every day for the rest of my life. This one in the winter would be so nice. It will just kind of bring some warmth to your winter. I love it. I love it. And you are looking at 2 coats of London Fog. Okay, next up we have the last kind of more neutral polish in this collection. This one is called Turkish Delight, and I know that this is a real thing, but it always makes me think of the Chronicles of Narnia. If you understand that reference, let me know in the comments down below. That's what this makes me think of. But it is described as a rosy grayish cream with scattered gold dust, and so this one compared to Mocha is a little bit more purple. It's not quite as brown. It's almost like a mauve-y color, but I think grayed out rose is the right color, right description here. It's very, very pretty. This is a kind of neutral that I don't think looks great on my skin tone. It reminds me a little bit of like Zoya's Rue. I feel like it makes me look a little washed out, but the gold in here gives it this really nice kind of warmth and a lovely kind of glow on the nails. This one is another one that I'm going to wear in 2 coats, but I think this one, more than any of the others, you might want 3 coats just because it is a little bit of a lighter colored base. It's not quite as sheer as Chai, but you might want to do 3 coats. I'm doing 2, and so you're looking at 2 of Turkish Delight. All right, and then last up we have the topper in this collection. This one is accurately called Gold Dust, and this one is described as a scattered gold dust top coat. This one is very nice. It definitely gives you the effect of kind of the rest of the polishes in this collection. I'm swatching it over a gray here because I feel like a gray with gold is the only thing I was missing from this collection, and so I can just make it myself now, which is great. I'm just showing you 1 coat over my gray base, but I think it is perfect. And so that's 1 coat of Gold Dust. Alright, so obviously the first one that I wore when I swatched this collection was the beautiful green one. This is Matcha, and I loved this one. It felt so Walker, it felt so me. I really fell in love with this soft formula. I was a little sad that they weren't flakies when I first heard of the collection, but after I swatched them, I lost that altogether. I really enjoyed this one. This is definitely my favorite. And then I think my favorite neutral from the collection is probably the really soft yellow. This one is Miel, which is honey in Spanish, and I really enjoyed this one. It feels like a perfect soft neutral for fall, and I'm really happy with this collection, and I feel like if these are your color palette, you're gonna love this finish. Awesome. As always, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you like this collection. Are you hoping to pick some up? Are you going to pre-order? Are you going to get a couple of them? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. And as always, consider subscribing so that we can sit down and hang out and chat about nail polish again sometimes. Cool. See you in the next one. Bye.